Welcome to Real Estate with Mortgage Mo and Friends. Today I'm sitting with Cornel, a top local realtor, and today we're going to talk about Queens real estate. Why don't you introduce yourself?
So yes, my name is Cornel Smith. I'm with EXP Realty. So I'm based in essentially, I say Queens and Long Island, especially like Southeast Queens. So especially areas like, what I'm going to be talking about today, Cambria Heights, but areas like Cambria Heights, Queens Village, Hollis, St. Albans, Jamaica, Springfield Gardens, Rosedale, Lorton. If you know the area, and a bit of Western Nassau, which includes like, Elmont Valley, Stream, and those areas. So yes, like I said before, with EXP Realty, based in Queens and Long Island.
What do you like about the area?
Well, I pretty much lived in that area lifelong, still in the area. Just, it's a nice community. Like, I read somewhere a while back that it may be home to one of the largest, if not the largest, Black middle classes in the entire United States. It's this like sweet area. So you're in, the five boroughs of New York City, but it's still kind of a bit suburban. So like, if you want to have like, a relatively big house, big yards, maybe have driveways, garages, and nice quiet suburban place within this mad city of New York City.
And low property taxes too. You can't go wrong with that.
Oh yes.
No.
Yes.
What market trends are you seeing in the area?
So pretty much, so the area it's not too different from most areas in the United States. Prices are rising up and inventory is very low, which makes it challenging. But it's still a sweet area. Like, I do have some of the market statistics of Cambria Heights. So right now in Cambria Heights, well, as of recording, there's 26 homes available for sale. The median list price is $697,000. In July 2024, 5 homes sold in Cambria Heights. The median sales price was $685,000, and on average, it took about 17 days for homes to sell. And that was July. And then when you look at June, it was 4 homes that sold. The median sales price was $620,000, and it took about 19 days for homes to sell. And then when you take a look back year to date, July 2023, 7 homes sold. The median sales price was $622,000, and on average, it took 49 days for homes to sell. So if you remember looking back, in May and July, it's taking less than 20 days for homes to sell. And you're seeing that the prices are rising, from 622 to, 685, that's, quite a bit of a jump.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about that because I don't know if you've heard, like, interest rates just dropped, right? Which is going to give everybody extra buying power. And I think that's going to increase prices even further. Well,
yes, pretty much like
in our areas, at least.
Yes. Like pretty much what we saw during the pandemic where, it's like, the rates were so low, then the prices just went up. I feel like, interest rates drop again, it's going to be even, higher price increases, like not unlike, 2020, 2021, and the, early part of 2022 before the interest rates are, crazy.
Everybody's buying power is going to increase. So there goes the bidding wars.
Yes.
But hey, whoever gets the house, they got a great investment too.
Yes.
Speaking of Queens, and you grew up there, where is the place you think everybody should check out? Like, where's one of your favorite restaurants?
So I'm not going to lie to you. The fact I'm here in Queens where I don't really eat out that often, but there's something I should try one of these days in Cambria Heights. It's on 227th and Linden Boulevard, Brooklyn Wing House, because I sold, properties by there, and it's always seems to be busy. I never checked it out, but I say one of these days I'll go. It's on a narrow block, and they always double park there. I think it must be
one
good.
Of those types.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The food's gotta be good there if they're gonna risk that ticket.
Yeah, cause it's on a narrow block, like between it's on 227th Street. It's between 116th Avenue and Linden Boulevard. It's a narrow block. Honestly, it's a 2-way street. I think at some point they gotta make that a 1-way. It's very narrow, but yeah, it's at the end of that block.
I think that's near the Rip Stop, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah, it's like 227th and Linden.
Damn, I haven't been out there in a minute. Damn, I could go for some rest. Anyway, what do you see in the future of Queens in terms of growth and development?
Well, I mean, like Queens, it's like, I don't know. Well, when people talk about New York City, I feel like they often talk about Manhattan and Brooklyn. But I feel like if it not already, Queens is a quiet gem, but I don't think it's that quiet because like Queens is such a sweet place, though. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like when people think about, New York City and Queens, they think about like, more of the lit neighborhoods, I'd say. Like when people think of Queens, they might think more of like Astoria and Long Island City. And those aren't bad areas, but you gotta have like, certain budget and a certain type of lifestyle for you to make sense. You're not gonna
And
find
never
like,
try to park ever.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You
Ain't
better
no
be like
the
take
food is bullshit. Like, let's be honest. Ain't no flavor.
take the subway over
They use
there.
lemon.
Yeah, so yeah, those neighborhoods are in the vein of like, Williamsburg and Bushwick, those trendy neighborhoods. But if you want like a neighborhood that's, pretty similar, so I guess you could say a middle America, suburban type neighborhood, you can come to like Queens, like, that southeast area of Queens, which borders, Nassau County, Long Island. So you're within New York City, but then it also has characteristics of like, suburban Nassau County. So that's like an area of Cambria Heights where you have that quintessential feel, single family homes, some two family homes, nice sized yards, a lot of the lots
barbecues,
are like
park.
Yes, you can park. Yes, park. Dude. You have driveways. Some people got garages. The streets are wider. Some people, depending on, you might have garages, or if not garages, at least adequate driveway space. You could fit probably like 3-4 cars.
Yeah.
On average.
Okay. You have any recent success stories you can share with the people?
All right, so these stories are gonna be a bit, years back, but they're pretty interesting. So around the pandemic time, I was working with, a young lady that was buying a home for herself, her mother, and auntie. I believe they were from like Elmhurst, and then they decided to move to Cambria Heights because she had an auntie that lived in Queens Village, so she kind of wanted to be close by. So we started looking around 2019, and then the purchase went through May 2020. So they bought the house. It was $522,000, but it was tacked on with a $22,000 seller's concession. So the base price is basically $500,000, around $500,000. They put a down payment, I believe, about like $18,000, $19,000. FHA 3.5%. So the funny thing is, they don't live in the area no more. So 2 years later, they decided to sell. They moved to Connecticut. So like you said, so it's sold for $522,000 for seller's concession. You could say base price of $500,000. So when I listed it, was it June 2022? Listed it for $560,000. It sold for $600,000, but that was tacked on with a $30,000 seller's concession. So the base price was, $570,000. So it's interesting in both of the cases. I just thought about it. Both of the cases were instances where they use seller's concessions, where buyers could use that to help, pay down the closing costs. I just thought about it. It was in both instances.
Yeah,
when I helped them on the purchase, when I helped her with the purchase, they asked for the seller's concession to help her be able to buy it. And then when she ended up selling it, which I was surprised she was, because it's only 2 years, she got the seller's concession too. And I'm thinking when she sold it, she netted about like, I'll say like $40,000, just 2 years of living in the property. Then even that could show you, like, even if you own real estate for a little bit, I guess if you're thinking about like that, it's profitable.
Yeah, no, it's the safest investment. I mean, shit, Garden of Eden was nothing but real estate, right? All right, so it's been great having you as a guest. Do you have any advice for future home buyers?
So home buyers, not like unlike any advice you tell them. I believe the first thing, I guess either the first two things you should do, if you don't have either, go to a mortgage lender like yourself to get the pre-approval, or if you have a relationship already with a realtor, the realtor could point you into that direction, and then you want a realtor that knows the areas in which you want to buy homes. Absolutely. It's especially a plus if they, lived in the neighborhoods, grew up in the neighborhoods, and know those trends. So, you're going to go to the, lender. They'll give you your pre-approval. You know what you qualify for and what you can afford. And then you work with that realtor. They'll show you the homes. Show you homes that meet your criteria and help you find that home. And then, so we're in New York. This is a title state. So it's important that, you have an attorney on your team that you can trust. So when you go into contract, because, it's pretty much the negotiations are going to go through both sides' attorneys. So it's important to have, an attorney. And then also in New York, a lot of these homes, I'd say like pre-1950. So it's also vital to have a good inspector because, being that the homes are kind of older, there's going to be some problems. And then all homes are going to have problems, but when the inspector is doing the reports, they're going to point out, some of the major issues. And then you want to stay away from all homes, like I said, all homes want to have their issues, but you just want to make sure homes don't have like major issues like bad foundation and roofing problems. And then you could use, certain points of the inspection reports to help you negotiate maybe price or like some seller concessions and credits.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Inspections are very important. And I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect home. Like you said, you got to know what you can live with. And quite frankly, with the older homes, a lot of them are built sturdier than the newer ones. I mean, shit. Look at old Toyotas.
Yeah, I got an old Toyota. I'm not gonna lie.
How's it move? You got to worry about it?
I mean, it's kind of shaky, but like it drives well. I'm not gonna
Turn
lie.
the key, it starts, right?
Yeah.
This has been Mortgage Mo and Cornel, dropping real estate insights for the Queens, New York area. Stay blessed, people.
All right, thank you for having me. Have a good one, y'all. Bless. Peace.